In today's video, we're diving into a fun and sometimes controversial topic: the top 10 Marvel characters that were copied from DC. While both Marvel and DC have created iconic superheroes and villains over the years, there are some surprising similarities between their characters. From powers and costumes to backstories and personalities, you might be shocked by just how much inspiration Marvel drew from its DC counterparts. So, if you've ever wondered whether Marvel was borrowing a little bit of magic from DC, this video is for you. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which characters you think are the most similar. Let's jump right in. 10. Quicksilver. A Marvel creation by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, made his debut in the Uncanny X-Men 4 in 1964. Known for his incredible speed, Quicksilver has often been compared to DC's Flash, who first appeared in Flash Comics 1 in 1940. While both are iconic speedsters, their origins and abilities differ significantly. Flash's speed is derived from the Speed Force, a unique extra-dimensional energy source that powers his vast array of speed-related abilities like time travel and phasing through objects. In contrast, Quicksilver's speed comes from either his mutant genetics or experimentation, depending on the storyline. Quicksilver's personality also sets him apart. He's portrayed as more arrogant and temperamental, often walking the line between hero and anti-hero. He started as a villain with the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants before joining the Avengers. This contrasts with Flash, who typically embodies heroic optimism and unwavering moral resolve. The parallels between the two characters are undeniable, with Quicksilver's design and role in the Marvel Universe seemingly inspired by DC's Flash. Despite their similarities, Quicksilver has carved out a distinct identity, particularly in the MCU, where his speed is showcased in memorable scenes like those in X-Men. Days of Future Past 9. Dr. Spectrum, a Marvel character, was created as a direct counterpart to DC's Green Lantern. Introduced in Avengers 1969, Dr. Spectrum wields the Power Prism, a sentient artifact capable of manipulating light energy to create constructs, fire energy blasts, and provide flight and invulnerability. Much like Green Lantern's power ring, the prism responds to the wielder's imagination, allowing immense creative freedom in battle. However, Dr. Spectrum also shares parallels in his origin and alignment. Initially part of the Squadron Sinister, a villainous team inspired by the Justice League, Spectrum mirrored the archetype of a flawed hero with immense responsibility. While Green Lantern's powers stem from willpower and his connection to the emotional spectrum, Dr. Spectrum's abilities are tied to his bond with the Power Prism, which itself has a sentient backstory. Both characters symbolize creativity and power, but Spectrum's role often leans into moral complexity, sometimes appearing as a villain or an anti-hero. These similarities underscore how Marvel adapted DC's ideas, reworking them into its unique storytelling landscape. 8. Wolverine. A Marvel's iconic anti-hero is often compared to DC's Timberwolf, with noticeable similarities in their feral personas and animalistic traits. Timberwolf, introduced in 1964, is a member of the Legion of Superheroes with enhanced strength, agility, and heightened senses derived from his genetic modifications. His savage fighting style and lupine characteristics strongly echo Wolverine's later depiction. Wolverine debuted in 1974, featuring retractable claws, an adamantium skeleton, and a rapid healing factor. His rugged loner archetype, short temper, and berserker rage distinguish him from Timberwolf, but the inspiration is evident. While Timberwolf was designed as a team player with leadership qualities, Wolverine embraced a grittier, darker narrative. Wolverine's immense popularity in the X-Men universe and beyond overshadowed Timberwolf, with storylines delving deeply into his tragic past, making him one of Marvel's most compelling characters. Timberwolf, in contrast, remains a more niche figure in the DC universe. The parallels between the two demonstrate how creators often reinterpret successful archetypes, evolving them to fit distinct worlds and audiences. 7. Sentry. A Marvel character bears significant similarities to DC's Superman, both in their incredible powers and their backstories. Sentry, whose real name is Bob Reynolds, was granted near-godlike abilities after consuming an experimental super-soldier serum. His powers are often compared to those of Superman, as both characters possess superhuman strength, flight, invulnerability, and the ability to manipulate energy and matter. However, Sentry is depicted with an even broader array of abilities, including molecular manipulation, teleportation, and telepathy, making him one of the most powerful heroes in the Marvel Universe. One striking similarity between Sentry and Superman is their origin stories. Both were beings with extraordinary powers, raised with strong moral compasses, and fought for justice. While Superman's vulnerability to kryptonite is a key weakness, Sentry's dark side, known as the Void, serves as a constant internal struggle, threatening to unleash destruction if not kept in check. However, unlike Superman, whose powers are more consistent and limited by external factors like the sun, Sentry's abilities have no true upper limit, and he can become infinitely stronger, making him a potentially more dangerous hero. Thus, while the two share many traits, Sentry's darker, more volatile nature and his limitless potential differentiate him from the more stable Superman. 6. Black Cat, aka Felicia Hardy, is often compared to DC's Catwoman due to their similar roles as cat-themed anti-heroes and love interests for their respective superhero counterparts, Spider-Man and Batman. Introduced in The Amazing Spider-Man 194 in 1979, Black Cat shares several traits with Catwoman, including her status as a cat burglar, her acrobatic skills, and her morally ambiguous character. However, Black Cat is unique in her incorporation of bad luck powers, which were introduced later in her storyline, making her more of a supernatural figure compared to Catwoman. Unlike Catwoman, whose background is more rooted in the struggles of a woman in Gotham, Black Cat's origin was inspired by a Tex Avery cartoon, where a black cat brings bad luck to anyone in proximity. Despite these differences, their character designs, relationships with their respective superheroes, and complex moralities often lead fans to draw comparisons. 5. Power Princess. Power Princess, introduced in Marvel's Squadron Supreme series, is a direct homage to DC's Wonder Woman. Both characters share similar origins, coming from isolated utopian islands, Zarda from Utopia Isle, and Diana from Themyscira. They are both super strong, highly skilled in hand-to-hand combat, and serve as leaders and warriors. Power Princess possesses a transparent shield and superhuman abilities, along with a similar role as a protector of justice. However, her personality is often portrayed as more brutal and pragmatic compared to Wonder Woman's more idealistic and diplomatic nature. As part of the Squadron Supreme, Zarda embodies a darker, alternate version of the heroic ideals found in DC's Justice League, particularly Wonder Woman. Despite these similarities, Power Princess maintains a distinct identity, shaped by the more morally complex world of the Squadron Supreme. 4. Thanos. A central villain in Marvel Comics, bears many similarities to Darkseid, a key antagonist from DC Comics, prompting comparisons between the two. Thanos was created by Jim Starlin and first appeared in Iron Man 55 in 1973, while Darkseid debuted earlier in Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen 134 in 1970. Both characters share a similar appearance, a towering, powerful, purple-skinned being with an intense, godlike presence. Their motives also align. They are both tyrannical conquerors with vast cosmic powers, seeking to dominate the universe. Darkseid is obsessed with acquiring the anti-life equation to control all sentient life, while Thanos is driven by his obsession with death and seeks the Infinity Stones to bring balance to the universe by eliminating half of all life. Although there are significant parallels, Thanos was partially inspired by another of Kirby's new gods, Metron, who was a more passive observer of the universe. Thanos' design was intentionally beefed up to resemble Darkseid, as Marvel's editor encouraged Starlin to adopt a more imposing physique for the character. While Thanos is often seen as a Darkseid clone, his backstory and character have evolved differently, making him a unique figure in Marvel's pantheon. Both characters have become iconic villains, with Thanos gaining mainstream fame due to his role in the Avengers films. 3. Moon Knight. A Marvel character, has clear similarities with DC's Batman, which suggests that the character might have been influenced by the Dark Knight. Both are wealthy vigilantes with a high level of combat training, and they operate under the cover of night, often using their physical prowess to fight crime. However, the two diverge significantly in their backstories and abilities. While Batman relies on his vast fortune, detective skills, and gadgets, Moon Knight's origin is more supernatural. Mark Spector, Moon Knight's real identity, was a mercenary who was resurrected by the Egyptian god Khonshu and given enhanced abilities, such as increased strength and endurance. Unlike Batman, whose intelligence and strategic mind are his primary assets, Moon Knight's powers fluctuate based on the phases of the moon, which grants him strength and resilience during certain times. Furthermore, Moon Knight suffers from dissociative identity disorder, leading to multiple personalities, including a millionaire businessman and a taxi driver, which complicates his life as a crime fighter. While Batman is one of the smartest characters in DC, relying on his intellect and physical training, Moon Knight's supernatural connection to Khonshu gives him abilities beyond human limits, making him a more unpredictable and mysterious figure in Marvel. Thus, while Moon Knight may have drawn inspiration from Batman, his unique traits set him apart. 2. Hawkeye. Hawkeye, Clint Barton, from Marvel, and Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, from DC share remarkable similarities, leading to frequent comparisons between the two characters. Both are skilled archers with no superhuman abilities, relying on their peak human physicality and exceptional accuracy to excel in battle. Their backgrounds are strikingly similar. Both characters come from humble beginnings, are orphans, and hone their archery skills through intense personal struggles. While Green Arrow comes from a wealthy background and uses his skills as a vigilante in Star City, Hawkeye started his journey with the circus, later adopting a heroic path after witnessing Iron Man in action. In terms of combat abilities, both heroes are highly skilled in hand-to-hand combat. However, Hawkeye's archery is often depicted with near-superhuman precision, earning him the title of Earth's mightiest marksman, while Green Arrow's skills, though exceptional, are often portrayed with more tactical versatility, including his martial arts training. Additionally, both use trick arrows, but Hawkeye's arsenal includes more technological innovations such as vibranium and PIM particle arrows, which provide him a unique edge. Despite their similarities, both characters hold a distinct place in their respective universes, with Hawkeye being a key member of the Avengers and Green Arrow leading the Justice League's support team. 1. Deadpool. Deadpool, a popular Marvel character, shares many similarities with DC's Deathstroke, leading to frequent debates about which character came first and whether Deadpool is a direct copy. Both characters are highly skilled assassins, equipped with exceptional regenerative healing abilities, and they wield an array of weapons, particularly guns and swords. They also share similar visual traits, such as masks that cover half of their faces, often with bold designs. However, their personalities differ greatly. Deadpool, created by Rob Liefeld in 1991, is known for his comedic, fourth-wall-breaking nature, making him more of an anti-hero than Deathstroke, who remains a serious and stoic figure. While Deadpool's creation was partially inspired by Liefeld's desire to create a Spider-Man-like character with a more violent edge, many argue that his visual design was influenced by Deathstroke, a character introduced by Marv Wolfman and George Perez in 1980. Despite similarities, Liefeld has clarified that Deadpool's creation was not a direct ripoff, emphasizing his distinct personality and storyline. This has not stopped fans from drawing comparisons, especially as both characters share key characteristics, making them undeniably related. And that's our list of the top 10 Marvel characters that were copied from DC. Whether it's inspiration, coincidence, or a bit of both, it's clear that the rivalry between these two comic book giants has led to some pretty interesting similarities. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content about your favorite superheroes. We'd love to hear which characters you think are the most similar, or if you've spotted any others we missed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.